Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Band Together Leadership Seminars. I am Paul Everts, CEO and founder of Band Together. You can contact me at my email address, which is BAND, the number 2 together, bandtogether@comcast.net. You can also go to my handsome website, which is conductingmylife.com, where you can buy my book, conductingmylife.com. Also, go to the curriculum tab, and you'll see all the wonderful John Maxwell curricula or curriculum I can teach. Yeah, speak, train, talk about. I would love to work with you as an individual or a nonprofit or even your businesses. We will do a great job because here we go. Better people make better leaders, and that's what we're striving to do with these episodes, also with my podcast and my blog. Rough times, we still got rough times. We're going to get through this though. The United States has had plenty of rough times in the last 245 plus years. It's just another one. And we got to get through it. We're going to live through it. So we remember that I'm a high school music teacher, been teaching for 32 years and enjoying it. Also, I understand this is my sunset of my career. I don't have 32 more years to go. With that being said, I have seen lots of changes in our culture through public education, and really I've got 29 years public education, 3 years private education. So what I would like to say to you is that I've seen the change. I'm living the change. Change isn't done yet. And I also want to say this quote. Not every change leads to progress or even means progress. And some of these changes that we're asking to make would have been seen 1817, Robert Owen. Go study him. Lots of attempts have been made to make the United States not a republic. Okay, plenty of attempts, and I'm going to do what I can to slow that down, if not happen at all. When I do these episodes, I do them out of love for my family, for my son and daughter, our beautiful daughter-in-law, and our grandson. I think this is a way to show Jason, our grandson, who Grandpa is, but again, there will be a was, who knows when. However, his mom, Ashley, can say, hey, this is what your grandpa believed in. I believed in liberty. I believed in freedom. I believe in a republic. I do not believe in a socialist, communist state. Too many people have been hurt with that. People get hurt. And to paraphrase a quote, out of all the governments, out of the worst of all governments, the best is being in a democracy, or in our case, a republic. And I take that over any communist state or any socialist state. Just because we're the United States doesn't mean we do everything better, because we don't. And we're not going to do socialism better. We're not going to do communism better. We're not going to do Marxism better. We won't. So let's get away from that. Let's continue to work with our republic. Let's work with the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the Federalist Papers, even the Anti-Federalist Papers, Thomas Paine's Common Sense. Let's use that as the string from the kite flyer to the kite. Okay, there's my little statement. That's my 2.5-minute statement. Today we're going to work on a blog that I wrote just a couple days ago. It's called Math Word Problems. Go to my, again, website, conductingmylife.com. You'll see it. And this is a letter to my students. But I consider all, if you're watching this, you're one of my students for today. Again, today would be May the 4th, so May the 4th be with you. Yeah, I got it. I heard it all day today. My high school teacher. Of course I did. So here we go. Hello. First, as always, since July 3rd, 1989, I love you. You mean a lot to me. One of the cool things about being a high school music teacher, more often than not, much more often, not sorry for the poor grammar, I'm a music teacher, not an English teacher, and writing is a hobby for me, much like golf. And both, they humble me. So, more often, the students who are in my music classes, they choose to be there, which is really cool. That's why we call it an elective. You elect to be there. So any human being who chooses to be with me is a blessing, a gift, and I am honored. One more time, not the last time. I love you. My thought for my students today is, please block the idea that outside of you, your outside appearance, or anyone's outside appearance, is the best side of you, is the most important side of you. It's not. You need to block that crap out. Seriously, block it out. Enrages me. What is the best, or really could be the most important side of any human being, is their heart. Right now, there's a battle. And the battle is how we should teach our youth. It's not necessarily what we're teaching. No, it's not. It's how we are teaching, and that's what, hence the math problem. So in 1977, when I was 11 years old, I was in elementary school. The mathematical word problems would be something like this. Alice has $750 in bills for the month. She earns $1,000 a month. When Alice is done paying the bills, how much money does Alice have for the rest of the month? That was a word problem. Now in 2021, here's a possible math word problem, and this is sent by a friend who lives in Florida. I love you. This is a great example. She wrote, Alice is growing up in a family with 3 siblings and a mother, but no father. No. Her mother collects $750 per month in welfare, $1,000 per month in welfare for herself, $1,500 per month in food stamps, and free health care. Alice just turned 16 and is trying to decide if she should stay in school with the goal of continuing her education at a college or vocational school and get a part-time job at minimum wage, or drop out of school and start a family of her own and be just like her mom. What should Alice do? And list your reasons for your decision. Do you see how this has changed in almost 50 years? Why do we need to have all that extra stuff? I know I'm an old man, but I don't want to talk about single family homes in math class or band. I don't want to talk about, seriously, I don't want, no, just give me the math equation. What are you doing? Now, do you see the difference? I hope you do. From 1977 to 2021, 44 years difference, if I do my math right. Why do we need to have all this information about Alice? What are we teaching? I just want the student to be able to create an equation and solve the damn answer. That's it. Don't want to shine a light on fatherless homes, single-parent homes, make welfare an acceptable norm. And before you send me nasty little emails, you weaklings, my mom was on welfare. We were on food stamps. We were on, Medi-Cal, Medicare. It was embarrassing. My mom, the daughter of a commander in the United States Navy, the executive officer of the last ship to be sunk in World War II, considered to be a hero by many, and now his daughter is on welfare. She was embarrassed to be on welfare. Well, don't you think today people are embarrassed? I don't know. I don't know if they are. I don't know if they're embarrassed. I really don't. But again, it's math class. I would argue the point that they're not embarrassed. If they were embarrassed, they'd get off damn welfare. They would work really hard. They'd figure it out. Okay, that's what my mom did. Fought through her alcoholism. She got through a lot of stuff. Bless her heart for doing that, because that gave me the incentive. I'm scared to be on welfare, man. I'm scared of that. So here's my point. What is inside you is greater than what you are on the outside. As old-fashioned as that is, and contradicts the hip young teachers telling you racism super important, race is super important, gender identity, oh my gosh, over the top important, and on and on and on. What is truly important from the old 32-year veteran, older than some of the teachers at the school I teach at, what is really important that I guess they don't know yet is your heart. Your heart is more important than anything else. So before you make radical changes to your body physically, or to your soul, or to your spirit, I'd like you to consider changing your heart. Fill your heart with boundless amount of love. Huge. Love your race. Love your ethnicity. Love your gender. Love you. My students, some of you, you're getting some sort of an assignment. I've seen it. It's called Social Identity Category Response Sheet. How does this assignment uplift you, students? What's it doing? I mean, when I see that, if you're all the bold-faced people, I guess you're not supposed to be like happy that you're bold-faced people. Or you're not happy because you're not the bold-faced people. What's the purpose of the assignment, man? Go look at the writings of great philosophers and read what they write about guard your heart. Today, the cool, hip, college-educated philosophers, man, they write this quote, "Hey, man, don't tell me that inner beauty is more important than outer beauty. Because in this society, it isn't." Man, come on now. Give me some bongos. No one gives you a chance to see if you're beautiful on the inside if you aren't on the outside. You know why this is a horrifying quote? Because that would be the teachers, the adults, the parents, are not working on the inside hard enough. We're not. The hip, cool, college-educated philosophers are making the outside, that'd be skin color, identity, looks, etc., more important than what it needs to be. So let me leave you with this. And this is something that I am not allowed to share with you on public school campuses in California. That's where I live and teach. That's why I like my blog or my YouTube. It's freedom. And I don't tell you where I work. I don't represent. It's just Paul Everett's, man. Paul Everett's. Band together at Comcast.net. The golden rule. Can't talk about the golden rule. Golden rule can't talk about. The golden rule applies to all of this. You don't follow or use the golden rule only for people who look like you, think like you, believe like you. No, that's not the golden rule. That's not the golden rule. If you have a loving heart, you follow and use the golden rule for all human beings. That's what you do. So from the Founder's Bible, don't turn this off. Stop it. Leave it alone. In the later part of Jesus' famous Sermon on the Mount, leave it on, Matthew 5-7, Jesus delivers what today is known as the Golden Rule. Now let me just don't turn it off yet. Here we go. My addition. Yes, I, Paul Everett, know there are reports the Golden Rule was said hundreds of years prior to the well-known sermon. Hundreds of years prior to Jesus' sermon, 2,021 years later, we seem to still have billions of people who do not understand the golden rule. Matthew 7:12, in everything, therefore, treat people the same way you want them to treat you, for this is the law and the prophets. Okay. So ever since Jesus raised that standard 2 millennia ago, it has remained not only the benchmark of how we should treat others, but also our motivation for doing so. The Golden Rule was regularly invoked by early American leaders. For example, again, this is Mr. Everett's edit here. For example, did you hear the following? This is the following part in the United States history class in high school. Maybe not even college. Here you go. You ready? Here we go. Founding Father Henry Lawrence, Laurens, 1723 through 1792. 1723, 1792. Well after the 1619 anyway. 100 years after 16. Okay. Founding Father Henry Lawrence, born 100 years after 1619. A president of Congress during the American Revolution hoped that Americans living by the Golden Rule would lead to the end of slavery. This is what he said. I abhor slavery. The day, I hope, is approaching when, from principles of gratitude as well as justice, every man will strive to be foremost in showing his readiness to comply with the Golden Rule. Again, Mr. Everett's edition. Do you even know who Henry Lawrence was? Go Google him. Go duck, go him. John Adams saw the Golden Rule as a Christian teaching that would produce a society and culture that would be blessings to all citizens. That's what John Adams wrote. One great advantage of the Christian religion is that it brings great principle of the law of nature and nations. Love your neighbor as yourself, Luke chapter 10, verse 27, and do to others as you would that other do to you, Matthew chapter 7, verse 12. To the knowledge, belief, and veneration of the whole people. John Adams. So please work on your heart. Please guard your heart. Listen to uplifting music. Please read classics, man. Read the classics. Because we are humans, beings first, who happen to look different, be with folks who truly want to bring us together. People who look different can act the same. Judge their actions. Let their actions need to lead to your decision, to add them to your life. Your life, please, is too important to have negative folks or shallow folks who only care about the outside or history you had no part of. Seriously. Think about that one. Understand, we can choose how to look at people. You are responsible for the time you are on this planet and not your dead relatives. Just saying water's wet, fire burns, you're not responsible. No, you're responsible for you, not your grandma, not your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa, grandma. No. Hopefully you're better than them. You might not be. If not, get your crap together. Please, study our nation's history. Read the Founding Fathers' documents. Arrive to your own conclusions. Understand those documents have been the foundation for our nation for literally hundreds of years. Our nation has fixed many wrongs while other nations still abuse those who look different. They abuse those who believe in God and more. They literally abuse them. They force sterilization. They harvest body organs. They believe in slave labor, etc. You know what country I'm talking about? There's a lot of love in our founding fathers' documents. So may I say to my students and to anybody watching this, may our loving actions attract and create loving people. Respect plus responsible plus discipline plus, let me just double check, plus integrity plus faith equals love. You know, we talked about math word problems. That's a word problem I understand. I get that one. Begin with the end in mind. Every choice you make is who you are, so choose wisely. Seek first to understand, then be understood. And then finally, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That's why I do these videos. That's why I put myself out there. I love my family. I love you that support me. And I love Jesus Christ. I am doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can. Really am. I'm doing the best I can. Hope this helps somebody today. Take care. Bye.